Let's go.
Here, Beckoned. This artifact you see before us is a henge. We use it to transport to the city. It may be uncomfortable at first. I still recall retching after my first journey with it. But it is the only way into the city. Be cautious in these lands. What is it? And here you have it. Idilla, our great failing. He may hide from our people's needs, but he will not refuse a visitor sent from Athene. The gods choose the Primos to lead we Colossi, and to enact their will. Of the gods, we are the favored of Athene. Athene's once common words have been quiet for some time. The Primos has prayed in isolation for years. Farewell. Mind your step here, Beckoned. I wouldn't want the Colossi's failure to claim any more lives than it already has. It is not here by choice. Or our choice, anyway. Suffice it to say that this was made in anticipation of something that never... Very well.
You must be the Beckoned.
Beyond these stairs is the sanctuary of the Primos, the leader of the Colossi people in the I must warn you, Anakotos has not left these quarters in years. He vowed to never cease his... But I think his answer has finally arrived. Speak to him, Beckoned. After years in his sanctum, I doubt he is the Primos I once... But though we all languish in the god's absence, none suffer as he does. He will likely see you as the... Farewell.
Beckon, is there anything I can assist you with?
And though the path be fraught with tribulation, know that it leads to the land of our greatness, and that we walk it with you. Such were the words the gods spoke to the progenitor of my race when they sought to guide us from our base. The words have been in my heart every day of my reign, but now they are embodied. Well, because we are all of us, my whole people, incomplete. Because we are not worthy enough, and I thought that failure was a finality. I have prayed to the gods in secret. Now the Beckoned is come. With you, the gods can bear witness to us atoning for our inadequacies. The wreath of absolution can only be created from the hands guided by Athene. First, A golden prayer circlet is needed to serve as its base. The art of the last Primos to wear a wreath of absolution, Arches, is buried with one such circlet. Secandra led you to me, did she? It lies in his crypt, in the darkest pits beneath the city. I understand there might be trepidations in taking such an artifact from my predecessor. The times we have arrived at are desperate, and when the heavens show their intent, one cannot stand too much on ceremony. Salvation awaits.
What is it? You return. Well, the Primos has not graced the ears of his subjects in ages. What has he said to you? The circlet of Arches. And Anakatos expects me to lead you to it? Has his reclusion left him senseless? Very well. As I cannot refuse the Primos, I will meet you in the crypts, in the undersewers of the city. Let us deal with this as quickly as possible. We can find it in the crypts beneath the city's sewers. They are old structures, forgotten as the city was built above. Be cautious in these lands. Yes?
Yes, beckoned.
Let us be quick about this. Be cautious. Must, then I must. There. That is the artifact you seek. The circlet of Arches. By taking it, let us depart. Onakatos has had his fun with me, and there is nothing left to... It is nothing I can share with you, Beckoned. It is not worth your time. None taken. Now let us proceed with our orders. Take the circlet back to Onakatos. He is most... Be cautious in these lands. No one comes down here anymore. It is left to ruin, for the Colossi have no more need of these halls, or those interred within them. How many years?
Be careful here. You bear the circlet of Arches. Then the wreath is almost complete. The foundation is now. It must be woven with blood and toil. The laurels of the wreath are not crafted, but earned. We seek Teryx veins. I take it you have encountered a Teryx before. Likely, they are a common foe. We seek the veins of the Alpha Teryx to prove to the gods the righteousness of our faith. And we must conquer a mighty foe. The gods sent you to bear witness to our atonement. The wreath is made from the large feathers, the veins. We must act. We are here. That is good. I feel hope stirring in my veins. Come. We must kill the alphas of each Eyrie. With their veins in hand, we shall fulfill the gods' wishes. The Teryx Eyries lie in the wilds of the teeth of Naros, to the south of the city. We need not look far, but while there are many lesser Teryx here, we seek only the plumage of their strong... Very well, beckoned. Feel my wrath! Thus we begin. And as we harvest these trophies, you shall learn the journey the Colossi have taken to get here. Once we were but savages, no better than the other giant kin. We were called Myru, and to that identity we were chained, until one day, Athene spoke to us. She spoke of a destiny and greatness that was not ours, but could be. She showed us the path of ascension, and we followed it here, to the teeth of Naros. No, we are far from the homeland of our ancestors. Undoubtedly the gods wished us to renounce our savage history. It was necessary. Though the Jotun and Etin once regarded us as kin, they grew jealous of it. Tensions rose to war. It was a sign from Athene to my people to seek a new homeland. Salvation awaits. Feel Balin's embrace! We wandered the teeth of Naros in search of the homeland we were promised. And when hope seemed lost, it was a divine artifact. No mortal hand could have crafted it, a massive stone, alone in the wilderness, with the image of a floating city engraved upon its surface. At the city's heart was the Hyperion itself. We knew then Athene was tasking us to craft this wondrous city, to form a covenant. But we betrayed that ideal. To test our worthiness, the gods have strewn throughout Amalur riddles, puzzles, and challenges. Answering them demonstrates our greatness. The Hyperion is one such challenge. Perhaps the greatest of them. And though we discovered it years before, we still do not have the answer. Very well, beckoned. Feel my wrath! Feel my wrath! Feel Balin's embrace! Feel Balin's embrace! Feel Balin's embrace! In the end, the city rose, but the Hyperion did not follow. The heart of the city remained unmoved. My predecessor, Arches, sought to force the Hyperion up, but the Hyperion rejected. Our work here is concluded. As a show of thanks, take this helm, once reserved for our strongest fighters. I must make the gods see that my people can be redeemed for the... With the wreath in hand, I can conduct a ritual of atonement. As you bear the sun, come. We must conduct this ceremony at the site of our original transgression. If it will not, then why were you brought to me? To give pretense to salvation? I know the gods of my forerunners. They would not flaunt the answer to their riddles with... Now come. The Hyperion awaits. We must act. You have come, good. We stand in a ground once hallowed beyond all things. Ever since that terrible day when arrogance and desperation brought about the disfavor of the gods. Now come. We shall go to the antechamber of the Hyperion. The antechamber is the flawed design of Arches. It was to do so using the spark of divine magic Athene placed into each of us. Such power was never meant to be wielded by the unworthy. The energies struck back at Arches. The end of this awaits. Much was ruined in that dark hour. The magics holding the paths together were unbound. Only the cipher can reorder such magics. Press ahead and set the path. Finish this. This mural was to celebrate the great triumph of my people. The city floats, it is nothing without the Hyperion at its heart. If you were curious, I could tell you more. Again, we find the way barred. I'm afraid I need your help once more. We are almost done, Beckoned. 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 We have reached it. Beyond that stone is the Hyperion. It rests out of reach, waiting for the day when the gods forgive our trespass. We should begin. The gods visited this room once before. Long before Arches dared grasp the power of the gods. And you, the gods, visit this chamber once more. You shall and I shall stand where Arches stood. And we are so close now. Thank the gods! Praise be to them after all this time. You have done so well, Beckoned, to bring the cipher to me and to let me use its strength. With you, I can do what The gods have found my people unworthy of the gifts offered us. So, and once the city falls, I will reforge the ruins in an image the gods find.
Your ignorance is refuse you. The gods curse you!
Beckoned. What has happened? Why are Onakatos's acolytes attacking us? What is he? Destroy Idilla? No. That zealous fool. Have the loss of... We must make our way from this place. We take this shield. One of my soldiers dropped it when the silent choir ambushed us. I hope it protects you, but how if we cannot reach him? And we can do nothing to stop him if his worship... We must make for the surface, and hope that there is time enough for us to deal with him. Be cautious in these lands. I must, then I must. What can I do? Anakatos has sealed himself in with the Hyperion, and his silent... I do not know what to do, Beckoned. I have defended my people from beasts and disaster. Of course, I will not let Anakatos destroy my people. I know we have the strength we need inside of us, despite his claims. We are... But Anakatos has sealed himself in the Hyperion antechamber. Without the cipher and knowledge of the Hyperion, we are lost. Anakatos was clever by exploiting your power. The cipher must be the... But that is the one thing my people have been unable to do since we first came here. Only the Anakatos and his silent choir had a monastic retreat in the wilderness, Nixaros. If we need his knowledge, we best start us. It is an old portion of the city that was never raised up. It was now it is the refuge of Anakatos' silent choir. The complex rests where it was first carved, in the mountains of the... Farewell.